So Claire, can you tell me about the paranormal events that have been happening here inside the Wheelhouse?
One is the overwhelming sense of cold in here. Even on the hottest summer's day outside, it is terrifically cold in here. And I can wear a t-shirt, a jumper, a fleece and a coat and I still feel cold. Another thing that they have noticed, I don't notice it so much now because we've been here many years, what that lovely incense is that I'm burning. And lots of people come in here and they stop right there and they say, what is that marvellous?
Something else behind me again. I'd like to speak to any of the spirits that are here, so can you tell us your name, please? But the reason I've come outside now is to see if we can make contact with the two people that were found dead in the river, and his name was Waldemar, originally from Poland, that lived in this area. So Waldemar, can you hear my voice? If you can hear me, I'd like you to come and join me.
What was that? Did you hear anything then, Mark? No, why?
Did you hear a voice?
Yeah.
I did as well.
What was that? What was that? What was that?
Are you here? Can you spare the time? Now, we heard a woman's voice earlier. Could I ask you to join me? Could I ask you to join me? Do something now. Move something, push something off of the shelf, and let us know that you existed. Well, hopefully we've caught something. What was that?
Did you hear a chink?
Yeah. I heard you, thank you. Well, hopefully we've caught something. What was that? Hello? Are you there? Are you worried about joining us? Where was that from? Another knock or a footstep even? Yeah, it's movement. Well, hopefully we've caught something. What was that? Yeah, it's movement. Where was that? Yeah, it's movement.
to a part of Karnak that's off limits. It's where the statue of Sehkmet. I'm not particularly sensitive to energies and things like that, but I walked in the room and I saw her, and the first time in my entire life I felt the hairs on my legs prick up. I've always felt the hairs on my arms prick up, like, I can't believe it, my legs, my spine, everything went whoom. Very weird. The reason why it's locked off now and it's locked is because would swear that she would move and that they would see a lion or a dark cat running around Karnak at night. The location of Karnak is quite special. The trees here don't grow up, they grow along the ground. There's something weird going on.
Now for reference, right, here it is, here she is. It's very, very low light. The only light source is a tiny hole in the temple ceiling. He absolutely freaked out when he discovered that he could not focus his camera on this statue. He sent this photo off to his team back in Saudi Arabia, so the camera forensic people got back to him and said, no, this photo is not motion blur and it is not double exposed. The same camera in the same temple complex, similar lighting thing. This is the kind of photo that you should be able to take. This photo was taken on an iPhone, and when they attempted to take a photo of the statue with a flash, this is what happened. The screen completely whited out. Now these two photos were taken milliseconds apart, and the one without was able to capture a photo. You look at the geotag of the two photos taken, they have completely different geotags. Have Karnak Temple as the geotag, and this, the weird one that went geotagged to the Nile. This photo was taken this week on the most recent tour, also taken by a professional photographer with his camera. I didn't notice anything wrong with this photo, right? It's just a person who's walking in front of the statue and it's got a bit blurry. Except that's not a person. The man took a photo of the statue with nobody in the room. Okay, here is an enhanced image. Nobody on the tour was wearing a hat. Nobody was wearing a kind of coat like that. One of the Egyptologists that was on the group, when she saw this photo, she pointed out that this weird person here looks a lot like this Egyptian dude. Like, it's the same clothes, it's the same hat.
So last time when we was here, there were footsteps behind us, just over here somewhere. Who was the lady that spoke to us last time? The lady that wanders here, that leaves the smell of a fragrance, a perfume. What was that, Phil? I heard knocking. Did you hear knocking?
I don't know.
The lady that wanders here, that leaves the smell of a fragrance, a perfume. What was that, Phil? The lady that wanders here, that leaves the smell of a fragrance, a perfume. What was that, Phil?
A bomb hit a house next door. Now, my dad grew up very locally. He was a child in the Second World War. He was actually bombed out twice. Did you experience the bombing? but they survived, whereas the occupants of the houses that went away the other direction. I heard you then.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Pottery moving again.
Yeah. But what I was going to say was it illustrates. But they survived, whereas the occupants of the houses that went away the other direction. I heard you then. That went away the other direction. But what I was. Yeah. But what I was going to say. What was your role? What did you do? How did you help?
Help.
What was that, Jeff?
Jesus. I come from a woman's voice.
How did you help?
Help.
What was that, Jeff?
Factory outside. That's part of what I heard. It made me jump.
How did you help?
Help.
How did you help?
That's right. I mean, during the Second World War, and they used this site to build machine gun turrets for Bristol Blenheim bombers. And certainly because we're on the line of a railway line here, there was a lot of bombs dropped on this site. Certainly lots of people would have lost their lives. There was parachute manufacturers nearby. There were floats for seaplanes being made nearby. So there was a lot of industry here, which obviously made this area a target. If you look at...
I asked you to join me. How did you help?
Help.
What was that, Jeff?
I don't know.
That was a child screaming.
Joe, listen.
Or like a woman or something. That was a female screaming. Phil. Please, please, please. No. Phil, that sounds like some scary movie. Fucking middle of
Dude, I have
nowhere.
the biggest fucking revolver ever, dude. That's fucking good.
Go first.
That's probably.
Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's it's on the ground.
Is what? That right there.
What the is that?
Dude, that's not normal.
No. Please tell me you guys are me. Oh! No, 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 no! Please, please, please. Oh. No, 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 no. You guys are fucking with me. Oh! No, 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 no!
I sent that video to one of my good friends and he brightened up the exposure and slowed it down, and then he sent it back to me. I'm a little baffled about what I just saw. Originally I thought it was a barn owl or a mountain lion, as well as everyone else is saying in the
Please, please, please. Oh. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.